Hi friends, welcome to the channel. This is your Govindraj. Thank you very much for watching my previous videos and also sharing it in your network. So today we are going to talk about this employment linked incentive schemes. But let me tell you before that some information about this channel. Today my channel has got more than 260 videos, and there is also membership channel for watching exclusive videos, and the membership channel alone has got more than 60 technical videos interpreted with the help of judicial trend and precise statutory provisions. In case if you have not become the membership channel member, I'm going to give you the details about the link and other details in the description box, so that you can use that information and can become the member of membership channel for watching highly technical videos. And also there are so many video modules are available, so those are going to be helpful in increasing your technical knowledge about labor and employment, and also going to reduce your compliance and legal costs. And let me come to the topic now today. So we are going to talk about these employment linked incentive schemes, and officially these ELI schemes are now renamed as PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. These schemes are originally announced as part of budget 2024. Now we have the actual framework. On this I have already made one video in the previous, in case you would like to know how this scheme was originally announced, and now what is the scheme details. If you want to compare, you can watch this video which is already available in my channel. And if you look at, compare to what is originally announced and what is now the framework we have, there are a lot of changes have occurred depending on the scheme specifics. And if you look at today, there are enough information already available on these ELI schemes or PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana in the social media and internet. I'm not going to talk about what is already available in the open source. I'm going to talk about more and more information which is not already available in the open source. But however, I'm going to tell you about this open source information, where are these available and how you can make use of this, so that you can read and watch these videos and get to know more about it. But I'm going to focus more about this in this video. Is I will give you a brief about what is this scheme, especially for employers, and how employers can avail, what are the registration and compliance requirements. If your establishment is an exempted establishment, are there any specifics are going to change for you. And we will also look into certain challenges for employers in taking the benefit under these schemes. Now let me tell you the information which are already available in the internet. Now, first thing is there is an official announcement by the Press Information Bureau about the cabinet decision. This piece of information already gives you a major information about the scheme specifics. I'm not going to read about this information. The next one is these schemes are administered and monitored by Employees Provident Fund Organization. The incentives are going to get distributed by EPFO using their network information and the ECR information. The circulars are already available. Some circulars are already available by for providing accurate gross wages of employees, and also the mandatory authentication of the UANs using Aadhaar authentication of your employees, and some more are going to come. So therefore keep a tab on this EPFO employers portal or the EPFO portal circular section. Now let me also tell you is officially, though the cabinet has made announcement and the cabinet announcement is already announced and approval is given, there is no official framework or the official notification is not yet announced. In case you would like to track, you have to go to the Gazette of India, where Ministry of Labour and Employment, under this ministry you can have a tab on this. Whenever this information is available, you can get to know about this. And if you keep watching my channel, I am also going to come back to you whenever this information is available. The next one is, since these schemes are going to be administered and monitored by EPFO, the EPFO has made very beautiful videos, and these are available in their EPFO social EPFO channel, and these are available in Hindi. There is one video is available on PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, and there is one more video is already available about UAN allotment, authentication and activation, and also face authentication using Umang app. There is already videos are available so that you can watch and get to know more about this information. Now, having given this information for you, so let me take you through the information what I'm going to share you today. One is let us briefly talk about this incentivizing additional job creation. And if you look at these schemes, there are part A and part B. Part A is basically applicable for employees, first time employees. I'm not going to talk about this employees part in this video, and in the next video I'm going to talk about the employees part. And part B, this scheme is available for all establishment registered with EPFO, and if any establishment has got less than or equal to 50 employees, if they increase 2 additional employees to EPFO covered additional employees, and then in case of more than or equal to 50 employees, if the company has got, if they increase additional employees of 5, then they are going to eligible under this scheme. And another mandatory condition is the employment of these additional people are required to be sustained for minimum 6 months, and additional employee can be a first timer or even the rejoinee. The first timer is nothing but a member who is not registered with the EPF. A rejoinee is who has already got a EPFO number and then he rejoins any other establishment. And if you look at the incentive structure, if any employee has got less than or equal to 10,000 basic and DA, then the employer is going to get 10% of these wages as a incentive, and up to 1,000 rupees for 10,000, and incentive for 12 months it is going to be 12,000 rupees. If some employees monthly basic and DA is 10,000 to 10,000 and above to equal to or less than 20,000, then they are going to get a single slab of 2,000 rupees per month, and between 20,000 to 1 lakh rupees, then the employer is going to get a single slab of 3,000 rupees per month. And this is going to be there for 2 years for all sectors, but for the exclusively for the manufacturing sector, this is going to be 4 years for manufacturing. And so this is going to be available for manufacturing sector for 4 years starting from 1st August to 2025. And this payment mode is this is actually going to be a direct benefit transfer to the PAN linked bank account of the employer. Now let me tell you how employers can avail this benefit. First condition is the employer is required to register by giving PAN details, GST details and PAN seeding, and also filing of monthly ECR is the must under to avail these benefits. And this is going to be available registration on PMVBRY landing page is mandatory by giving certain details which I already explained. PAN details, GST details and PAN seeding information is necessary, and this is going to be available by 1st August 2025. If you look at the EPFO employer portal, this is not already available, but it is like if you look at today, there is something called ABRY. Similarly, there is going to be a landing page in the EPFO portal, and then you are required to register these details in order to become eligible for this scheme. Now also going ahead, you are required to submit your ECR in time without fail, and you are also required to submit or complete your ECRs for the previous months, because the baseline for deciding this threshold is going to be based on your number of employees in the previous 12 months for existing companies establishment, and for new companies which are going to get registered from 1st August 2025, that is going to be 20. And if there is 12 months is not available in the previous year, and whatever the months which are already ECR is submitted, for that average they will take for arriving at the baseline. And once the baseline is set, then the next question is what the threshold you have to meet, whether 5 additional employees or 2 additional employees. Beyond that you increase, then you are going to get the incentive for each additional employee beyond the baseline. Now there is one more mandatory condition for employers also. You have to get your employees face authenticated using FAT technology using in the Umang app. So though it is not mandatory, in order to get the benefit for your employers, you have to ensure that the FAT is authenticated in Umang app. And also, as I already told you, you have to provide accurate gross wages data, because these benefits are going to be available for an employee who has got monthly gross salary of 1 lakh and below. So if any employee has got more than 1 lakh and above salary, they are not going to get any benefit, but the employees addition are going to be captured for becoming eligible, considering the baseline and the threshold. So, and next one is you have to file your ECR on time without fail, and another mandatory condition for you is you have to sustain the employment for new additions at least 6 months period. Now coming back to exempted establishment, the scheme is also applicable for exempted establishment, and exempted establishment must file returns or ECR in the portal, and for the previous years they have to file zero ECR, and also in the future giving the details of employees. And similarly in the Umang app, Aadhaar authenticated UANs have to be created for every existing employee and new employees also. And similarly for covered establishment, the exempted establishment must register under PMVBRY landing page in EPFO portal. So these are mandatory for exempted establishment. Now let me give you certain challenges for employers. The first challenge which it is going to come to you is, if you are in the manufacturing sector, you are going to avail certain services from your contractors, or you must have employed contractors for providing manpower, and the contractors employees additions, the principal employer is not going to get benefited. So this is one important parameter which I am telling you. The second one is the manufacturing sector, the benefit is available for 4 years, but the contractors are going to get only for 2 years, because their registration is under shops and establishment in the service sector, and whether your establishment is in manufacturing or service sector, they are going to decide based on your GST specification and number. So therefore your contractors GST will be on the service sector, and therefore they are not going to get for 4 years. And the next question which will come in the contractor is, they would have recovered the EPF contributions and service charges, and the incentive will become additional revenue in their hands, because they are working for the service charges, and they will recover the service charges, they will recover the EPF employer contributions, everything they will recover, but whatever they get because of ELI schemes, that will become the revenue in their hands. Therefore you may have to set up a mechanism to have the credit from the contractors to the extent incentive received from the government. It's not a very easy job, because the contractor works for many establishment, and collectively how this is going to be monitored, it is very difficult. You will definitely have a difficulty to track the incentive received by them, as you will have no control on what they receive, and the fluctuating manpower in the contractor and your artificial breaks will create further difficulties in this. So therefore getting money from the contractor and monitoring is not going to be very easy. You have to put a precise process control, so that you can get to know about what the information, what the incentives they get, and in case you have negotiated well, you can get the credit or adjust it in the service charges. So this is about contractor. Now in the case of principal employer, the principal employer receives lump sum incentive, and he will not know against which employee you have received it. And some companies will have a cost center method where they will adjust that money to the cost center, and you will have a difficult time to track this incentive. So this is only a lump sum incentive, and if you have a high attrition, your eligibility keeps shifting, because the moment the threshold is not reached, then the incentive will automatically stop. And in case if there any employee has got loss of pay or NCP days, then the incentive is also going to be reduced, or the incentive is going to stop. And there is mandatory requirement, which is minimum sustenance of employment. If employee leaves before 6 months, you will lose the incentive for that particular employee. Now let's look at baseline calculation issues. See, the baseline calculation which I have already told you is the previous 12 months easier data they are going to take, and they are not going to take employees who are not covered by PF. So if any employer is not covering certain employees because of the wage threshold, they are not going to be part of either the baseline calculation or the benefit. So if the employer has no many employees, then he can get an advantage, but if he has got more employees, then he may not get advantage of this. Depending on your situation, this will have certain criticalities, and no incentive for employers who adds employees who are not covered under EPFO, EPF and MP Act 1952. So if you add employees who are not part of EPFO, then the employer is not going to get any benefit, and if the baseline strength dips, the benefit stops and will restart once the manpower increases above the baseline. So therefore, depending on your attrition, the employees leaving and joining, this going to be this going to be you are going to have certain fluctuations in the incentive amount. So these are some of the challenges for employers, friends, and I am sure this information has given you more clarity and added to your knowledge. I am going to come up with more and more such information in my channel, so therefore stay tuned to the channel. And also, in case you are interested, please do become the membership channel, and I'm going to give you more and more videos in the future. So until then, I'm going to sign off, friends. See you soon in the next and innovative and new video, friends.